a cold front in this kind of... when I look at this group, when I look at these teams, keep in mind as well for you guys playing at home, there's, out of all the players here, 20% of them are Finnish, 30% are from the CIS region, and we have a lot in this lobby. So this is a bit of a cold front coming through. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these players play. We get to see a lot of new teams coming in because we have that additional group now switched into the matchup. And I'm excited to see the likes of Raise Your Edge. I think it's hard to look past that roster now. There's some very big names been picked up, and they've got to step up to sort of that.
Also, still, there is an element of predictability. Because of those two areas, you're going to go north or south.
Well, there's the first couple of shots going through. Blaze are under fire. They tried to slot in just south of Team Liquid, but a team's come up right towards them. Adept's actually pushed up pretty handedly. Ferrex's nade is very precise, and that should be pretty much completed there. Not sure if a trade's going to come back in, but they are drawing a lot of attention. As you can see, Noki has suffered because of that. Already, AD need to be a little bit careful of this one because they are in a very, very... I guess visible
can be very, very cruel and very, very misleading. Anything can happen on a single day. Initial knock comes through. Frorax down. That's a big player for AD that we've seen perform yesterday. So to lose him will be costly. More shots come on a fire, but they'll suppress him for now and at least be able to hide him. Remember, Entropy, they're actually hiding here because of a doozy earlier on, just forcing them into the position. You can see the car in front. Trying to make these approaches to the buildings. There's just no way of being able to do it. Unique still lingering in the back.
In the shots down, the tracer fire coming through will be from them. Now, outside of that, we've got Raise Your Edge heading south. We do have the other Finns heading south as well. Blaze kind of staying where they are. But most of the teams have looked like they weren't going to run for it. Tagged up from Senya. The headshot was primed, but it looks like Melman might know he does not get away. Besalosh is the one to find him. And actually, that was example. Wow, okay, this is a bit of a problem. It looks like Tornado Energy have really lost out there to Na'Vi. A little surprising. I thought it might be El Giganton to catch a couple of them off.
Any compound, any shack, because outside of the oil refinery area and all the main bits, really, it's open land. It's literally field there.
Yeah, now looking towards the south, we do see the bit of the backstab coming out, and Gaxi has fallen foul to it. I think it might be flushed out, but keep in mind, look up towards the top. There still will be other players looking to pick up these kills. Gaxi did go down regardless. That's not really the big factor here, but the southern side, it looks like it's closed. It looks like the entry point is not available, and the rest of Raise Your Edge still have to run that way, so Lynxy, Lost HD all have to work their way up, which is not going to be pleasant. Liquid, Northern Lights, El Giganton getting gate kept out by El Giganton here. Already getting a couple of knocks, a couple of kills coming through. Tornado Energy trying to lay low as they're being hunted down by Na'Vi and in between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, just keep a close eye on that kill feed. There'll be so many players that'll be falling in these next transitions, especially against the next circle. Teams like ENS, team like YMCA that are up against that large rock area that you can't go to. The circle can't make its way there, so it'll eventually be ping-ponged around or moving. These teams now need to read ahead of this circle. Wonder what's...
Frag this, tries it, can't get it, but he's tempered them at least for a second. But the nades are doing really well as El Giganton are closing in themselves. They're sweeping around from the north. Northern Lights are behind them, so they have a time limit on this. They have to push and push fast. You can see the calls being made. The shots have come through. The Deep's already found one of them, so they know who's behind them now.
This isn't looking good for Na'Vi. Losing two huge players like that back-to-back simultaneously from two different rosters. That allows El Giganton maybe to get into a better position and move in on this. But as you touched on it, Northern Lights are directly hot on their heels. Morphis has gone. Nail up onto Senya. The third one from Na'Vi falls. One man standing. This is bad. 1, 2, 3, 4 teams all on the CIS boys. And if Kemba doesn't survive this or get inside a house and pray for dear life, that's Na'Vi going down in 16th.
Yeah, it looks like Exalt are getting a little interested too. Shiv's over there. It's gone north now. Again, Team Liquid. Welcome.
Oh, it's these kind of moments where there's just so many players looking for a room to get in. WTSG and Liquid, you touched on the position. It's fantastic. More importantly, it's in a great place to just welcome people with open arms. You have to rotate to them. ENS, YMCA have got something as Shaq. It's not very much. ENS are going to have to scout out those compounds. Everyone else on the northern edge, whether you scout, if not, you've got to fight. It's as simple as that. 4 teams can't survive there. If NLT are really, really clever and really smart about this, yes, it's a ballsy play, they could mop up. If they want control of the northern edge of the circle, they have to kill, they have to frag. But there is a bonus side to that. You're going to get points, you're going to get the placement as well.
Now, in the south, this is a very hard run for Raise Your Edge. and a doozy and all of these guys down there. That's going to be a very hard bit of play. Kemba's desperately doing what he can against Tornado Energy, but they are going to be working together, hopefully, and he's down to nothing. He does go down, and Na'Vi out in 16th. Big loss for them, but we said it earlier, Raise Your Edge and Na'Vi had very hard circle positions to come in towards. Lost HD has fought its way forward with Cold Dementa still standing, as already you can see Standings trying to get ahead of them. They've tried to leapfrog forward, but they've been met by resistance further up north. Not in the circle, any of this. This is just purely to try and get steps towards the right positioning down the line.
It's really difficult because nades start to rain forward. He has support from his teammates. Good angle, though. Play with me. On the left, peak. Loss HD goes down, and that's a bit of a loss. More importantly now, because Coldamenta has to answer this. If you trades, play with me. With a second, disallowed. 15th place will be them. Coldamenta might be able... Can he get the... No, he cannot, so he actually loses loss during that engagement.
Yeah, and he might not make it in either. You still have a couple of other players watching that southern side, and even beyond that, crossing into the new circle at the very end of this run is going to be incredibly hard. And it's a little shame to see Lost HD go down. I like casting this guy. He's a very exciting player to watch. Very powerful, packs a punch. Welcome South George, going to start welcoming people up in the north. They're in a happy position to really keep some attention going for themselves. Ents have kind of slowly worked their way in on the western side. Liquid in front, and then Welcome South George further ahead. And unsurprisingly, a little bit of a shame, Raise Your Edge have also gone down. Two teams who had a very hard rotation route coming in have suffered because of it. This circle is punishing, we've said it, but the teams who've now got the real nice positioning, Phantom's one of them, they're still pretty happy. Exalt cannot be looked past. They basically control the entirety of the East.
Ents have moved from the safety net of the rock side and compound that they have, but they are kind of such an aggressive lobby like this. It only takes one team to just pull up or lob a grenade in there, and they're all dead.
And now everyone's closing in. Tornado Energy, oh, they've been warded off. Yeah, not going to come that much closer towards WTSG. Bye-bye, they've been found. Everyone instantly turned and paid attention. They were making that mad dash from the north. Maybe they felt that was the only option. Phantom has a player there. There's a lot of individuals in the southern side. There goes the remainder of El Giganton, trying to play it slow and careful as the Northern Lights clear it out methodically, and I like that from them.
Send it.
Slow down slightly. Squeaky's in danger. I think maybe he got spotted there. He had moved up towards one of those shacks. It actually isn't a shack, excuse me. It is simply just the hay bale. So it is always going to have a weak side there, and it seems like Entropy has found that sort. Great, but if you're one of those southern teams, suddenly you've gone from quite a calm game. You know, you'd held your rock side, and now there comes Shiv. It was a matter of time, it felt like. He was patrolling, he was lurking and lingering in these rocks, waiting for anyone to get a little bit too comfortable, and he's found the timing. But he could get wrapped on here if he gets too tunnel vision, but he's going to be a nuisance, and he might just find Noki if he's not careful.
I love this. It just holds so much. And oh, look to the left. I think
he didn't see him.
Oh no, he has now. Gets the follow-up at least.
Oh, really nice covering work from Monkey. Called in. And this is something that I want to highlight about Exalt. It seems like they have good communication here. Laza is right behind 1, 2, 3, 4 players. If he gets through the smoke, if he sees one of these players just out in the open, what can he do with it? He's tracing him in. He's gone for the spray. He's going to find Flammy. 1 down, 3 to go. But now shots from afar come in, and Sakura knows what's going on. Laza's found a bit of cover, but for how long can he keep it? Maybe a flush could be good for him here. Get some points. Goes for the heal. This man wants to play the long game. A little bit dangerous considering the blue is right there. 6 HP, 1, just about alive. Oh, he's going to take him down with him. That is devastating. He just about stayed alive to do this. If he can make it further, that would be a miracle, but good enough work from him individually. Going to try and make the best of a bad situation. Claim those points as he goes. We are seeing everyone now closing in towards WTSG. They're getting a lot of attention now. This is not looking so clean anymore as they're looking a little bit worse for wear. Exexalt is now knocking on the door from the east.
Losing 2 players like that in such a priority compound and a strong position is devastating. Nail Up knows this, and so does the rest of Exalt. They're getting involved. The grenades are out, and in we go. The initial contact has been made. Miraku goes for the res on Ira. Seong, though, this could be difficult. Unless Vard can hold them off, he will die. Vard answers back. That's a good stoppage for now. It puts some kind of cap on the bombardment that comes out of Exalt, but there's still 3 players up. Seong falls down. 3 versus 3 will continue. Liquid, they're back building. They're holding point, but Ibiza is scouting area. Ents, they're back, they're doing work. YMCA is also on the move. They need to be careful because they'll be tripping on their territory. Rustam Mar falls. Jeems follows up with Squeaky. 2 down back to back like that. Looks like TL know exactly where all events are.
Yeah, Ence's luck of having position is starting to run out. They're running out of options, safe areas to play from. The South looks like it's coming to a close. It seems as though Phantom has won that battle. They managed to hold their position. Everyone else now in the open has to suffer the fate of what Liquid have been building quietly and slowly. And the nade is good. It's going to flush out Diggory, but Dixu is still standing, so Ence still have a little bit of hope here. Can he hold it for long, though? Because it looks like James fancy this one, and no, Mexi's right there. Liquid trying to control the map, being proactive, being deadly. Exile on the other side, they lost Naylor, but Udir might follow similar fate as he's down to a 1.
For them, they are not qualifying whatsoever. This is a big battle for Exile. If they win this, they do then get the compound that Batulin's in. Obviously, they have to fight Batulin first. Deez goes down, K-Mind at distance. That's going to help them out now. That evens the numbers at least and removes a tiny bit of pressure. Liquid, they're just monetizing off of everybody's fates at the moment. This is fantastic work for them, looking at all this damage in the back, but it's causing so many teams so many problems.
Yeah, Liquid have found the perfect timing on the form here. Can't overstep, though. That's a problem. Jeems going down is going to be a loss. Instant flush. Exor is eliminated, though. They've lost out on their southern swing. Phantom stays alive. Liquid continue the hunt. They want to take on everyone in the lobby. They're going free farming here. Now, K-Mine's already done well. Those 2 kills look perfect beside him, but they need to be careful now. Vard going to be clearing as he goes. Batulin's on the side. Nice timing on the peak, but now the swarm begins. That's Miraku's work coming in swift and not going to be messing around. Iroh's still standing, but there, a nade from afar. That's Phantom. That's the Molotovs coming through. This is the remaining battle.
So claustrophobic to teams that want to try and advance forward.
K-Mine, let's go. Let's see if that spray's just as good. He's already found 2 pretty decently ranged kills, and that's going to be another. I don't know if that's recoverable, the nade. I'm not sure if it's far enough. We'll find out.
Oh boy.
It's pretty close. It's pretty damn good. K-Mine going to claim it. And now this looks like the go point for Phantoms. They're kind of, bubbling up a little bit, getting a little bit closer towards WTSG. As long as they don't get too distracted, too overwhelmed, they should be able to free farm this lobby. And K-Mine's coming into his own. We've been waiting to see this young man really step up in this team, and this might be the time. Recrent does get punished, and there goes WTSG. Just pins it in. Now, what's left on the other side? There's not much for Phantom here, but if they're individually stepping up, maybe there's something. Buster's looking 3'd up, so that could be some damage coming back towards Liquid. But Liquid have 3, so they have the advantage of numbers. And K-Mine is looking deadly today. Is there more? He doesn't need it. Mexi's got his side. And Liquid kick things off like champions.
Banging day yesterday.